But the mind has come up with all these ways that it has coped with life. And this is sometimes to reminisce about the past when things were better, where you felt happier. And this coping strategy is also used to think about the future and think about when your problems won't be there, or when everything will be perfect, or you'll have exactly what you want, or when you'll be awake, when you'll be liberated, and creating stories about what that will mean for you. But all of them are just thinking, they're just thoughts, and often ways of coping with not wanting to feel things that are difficult now. Because being fully present sounds good, but can be hard to do. It can be challenging because perhaps how you feel right now isn't very good. Perhaps there's pain. Perhaps there's a lot of trauma in the body. Perhaps you're going through something very challenging. And so the present moment doesn't feel like a place that you want to be. And so the mind automatically does what it thinks its job is, which pulls you out of that and distracts you by thinking about the past or thinking about the future or entertaining you or doing any number of things as a way to cope with the circumstances of what is happening in the present moment. And so it's very understandable why the mind is wired to work like this, and has helped us to this point to just get by in life and as a species, and just to cope and survive. It's very good for that. It's very good for survival and to get us through things that are really challenging, like through wars, through traumas, through the most terrible things that humanity's been through. Thank God we could future think and have hope that things will be different, and dream about a day where that was true, so that we could get through that terrible time. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's just that it's a strategy of mind, and that it's thinking, and that for awakening, we need to let go of these strategies so that we can be present. Because while the strategies are still operating, it will limit our ability to access presence. And so how do we start to let these go? So having awareness that it is happening is really the most crucial first step. Just try to notice how much you're thinking about the past and how much you're thinking about the future. And then tracking back, why was I doing that? Why did that thought process start? Why did I start reminiscing? Why did I start thinking about the next job that I'll have, or when I'll be awake, or when I'll be married, or when I'll be on holidays, or when it's the weekend? Why did I start thinking that? What happened? What shifted? What was I feeling before that happened that activated the mind to do that cycle? And tracing that back, that can be helpful. So bringing lots of awareness to how your mind works and what strategies it has specifically to pull you away from being present. And then really starting to break the habit of mind doing this. And so once you've brought awareness to it, then you can just do something as simple as, when you notice it's happening, as soon as you notice that's a future thought, that's a past thought, you can just label it that: future thought, future, past, and then just stop. Just stop the chain of automatic thinking. You just spot it as soon as you can and say, no. That works as well. And so you're just trying to break that habitual way the mind has these grooves, that it does this automatic cycle, and get to it as soon as you can. And it takes some persistence to break this. Just like when we form any new habit, it takes time, and it takes time to break this habit of thinking, this addiction to thinking in this way. It can take a little bit of effort and a bit of patience as well. So just as soon as you notice it, you can just say past thought, future thought, or just no. Just try to stop the mind if you can. And if it starts back up again with the same type of thing, you just say no. And you just keep repeating it, because you're giving it attention to try and break the way that it's automatically programmed. It's just wired that way to do that. So we don't make it wrong. We don't need to feel bad. None of that is necessary. It's just it's breaking some programming. That's all. We're reconditioning the mind to not need to find comfort in that way. So you can tell yourself things like, I'm safe, it's okay. Try to recondition the mind. That can be beneficial as well, particularly if you had a lot of trauma as a child and there's some quite unhealthy conditioning in there, and the strategies are there to really have made you feel better at one stage in life. Just telling yourself you're safe, that presence is safe, reprogramming that wiring in the mind, that can help as well, because it could be fear that's stopping you from progressing with this practice, or from being present. And so when we start to drop away the past and drop away the future thinking, and we realize that's all just thinking and that's just illusory, there's nothing real about that. That's just a thought about something that might happen. Do I need to do this anymore? Is it time? Am I strong enough and psychologically healthy enough to let go of some of these strategies? Is this the right timing for me to let these go? And it might not be. Everyone's different and on a different part of the path. But they do need to be let go of for progress, for awakening. So it's helpful to know that. But if it's not the right time, if you're going through something very challenging at the moment, having hope or having future thinking as an escape could be the thing that gets you through it. And so it might not be the right time. So just be honest with yourself, like, I'll come back to that when I'm through this challenge. But then know, okay, the time is right. All I'm doing is putting down a process of thinking. That's all that's happening. Yes, it may feel like I'm losing hope. Yes, it may feel like I'm losing this idea of the future that I thought I was going to get, and that can be painful. It doesn't need to be. It was always illusory. You don't know what's going to happen, but it can be painful to feel like we're letting go of what our idea of the future is going to be. And work through those layers of emotion, but understand that this is the way forward, is to let that go. And then see how you start to just naturally rest into presence. You rest into now, which is in the body, with a silent mind, and feel into your being, which is just happening right now and is just what it is, with no overlay. You start to be able to access that more as you let go of this strategy of future and past thinking. And you'll start to see the results quite quickly if you work on this, that you are able to go deeper into your being, that it's not scary anymore, that there's no reason to avoid it, even if it is painful, even if it is challenging. It's not that it makes all your problems go away. It doesn't. Sometimes things are hard. Sometimes we are in physical pain. But can you just be with it without doing anything with the mind to try and take you away from just what is? What is? This is what is. There's pain here. There's sadness here. There's challenges here. But can I be present with that? Do I need to escape that? Do I need to create a story about that? Or can I just be with it and see what that feels like?